Research aptitude. Research aptitude refers to the ability to conduct and analyze research in a systematic and effective manner. It is a key skill for students, scholars, and professionals in a variety of fields, including education, business, healthcare, and science. In this essay, we will discuss the importance, advantages, disadvantages, and examples of research aptitude, as well as how this topic is connected to day-to-day life. So, importance of research aptitude. Research aptitude is important for a number of reasons. It helps to develop critical thinking skills. Conducting research requires critical thinking skills such as problem solving, analysis, and evaluation. By developing these skills, individuals can become better problem solvers and decision makers. It leads to new knowledge. Research allows individuals to explore new topics and generate new knowledge. This new knowledge can lead to the development of new theories, technologies, and practices. It helps to solve practical problems. Research can be used to solve practical problems in a variety of fields such as healthcare, business, and education. It improves decision making. Research can help individuals make more informed decisions by providing them with the necessary data and information. It enhances professional development. Conducting research can enhance an individual's professional development by allowing them to develop new skills, network with others in their field, and enhance their credibility as a professional. Advantages of research aptitude. Generates new knowledge. Research generates new knowledge, leading to the development of new theories. Generates new knowledge. Research generates new knowledge, leading to the development of new theories, practices, and technologies. Next, informed decision making. Research provides individuals with the necessary data and information to make informed decisions. Problem solving. Research helps individuals to identify and solve practical problems in a variety of fields. Next, professional development, including research and conducting research can enhance an individual's professional development by allowing them to develop new skills, network with others in their field, and enhance their credibility as a professional. Improved public policy. Research can be used to inform public policy decisions, leading to more effective and efficient policies. Disadvantages of research aptitude. Time consuming. Conducting research can be time consuming, requiring significant resources and staffing. It's expensive. Research can be expensive, requiring funding for equipment, materials, and staffing. Ethical concerns. Research can raise ethical concerns such as the protection of human subjects and the use of animal testing. Next, limited scope. Research may have a limited scope, focusing only on certain aspects of a problem and neglecting other important factors. Biases. Research may be subject to biases, leading to inaccurate conclusions and recommendations. Next, examples of research aptitude. Scientific research. Scientific research includes the study of natural phenomena and the testing of hypotheses through experimentation and observation. Next, market research. Market research involves the collection and analysis of data related to consumer behavior and market trends. Educational research. Educational research involves the study of teaching and learning and the development of effective instructional practices. Medical research. Medical research involves the study of diseases and medical treatments and the development of new therapies and medications. Next, business research. Business research involves the study of organizational behavior, market trends, and other factors that affect business operations. Research aptitude is not limited to academic or professional setting. It can also be applied to day-to-day life. For example, individuals may conduct research when making purchasing decisions, such as researching product reviews before making a purchase. They may also conduct research when making important life decisions, such as researching job opportunities or educational programs. By using research aptitude in their daily lives, individuals can make more informed decisions and lead more successful lives. Research. Research refers to the systematic investigation of a subject or problem in order to discover new knowledge or to confirm, revise, or refute existing knowledge. It is a critical process that involves gathering and analyzing information, drawing conclusions, and communicating the findings. In this essay, we will discuss the meaning, characteristics, types, advantages, disadvantages, and examples of research, as well as how this topic is connected to day-to-day life. Research involves a systematic and objective process of gathering and analyzing information in order to discover new knowledge and confirm existing knowledge. It is a scientific process that involves the use of empirical data, logic, and reasoning to make discoveries. Characteristics of research. Systematic. Research involves a systematic process of gathering and analyzing information. Objective. Research is based on facts and evidences, not personal opinions or beliefs. Empirical. Research is based on observations and data rather than intuition or speculation. Logical. Research involves the use of logical reasoning and critical thinking to draw conclusions. Replicable. Research should be replicable, meaning that other researchers should be able to reproduce the same results. Types of research. Basic research. Basic research is conducted to expand knowledge and understanding of a subject or phenomenon. Applied research. Applied research is conducted to solve practical problems or to improve current practices. Quantitative research. Quantitative research involves the collection and analysis of numerical data. Next, quantitative research is analysis of numerical data. Next, qualitative research. Qualitative research involves the collection and analysis of non-numerical data such as interviews, observations, and case studies. Next, advantages of research. Generates new knowledge. Research generates new knowledge, leading to the development of new theories, practices, and technologies. Informed decision making. Research provides individuals with the necessary data and information to make informed decisions. Next, problem solving. Research helps individuals to identify and solve practical problems in a variety of fields. Next, professional development. Conducting research can enhance an individual's professional development by allowing them to develop new skills, network with others in their field, and enhance their credibility as a professional. Next, improved public policy. Research can be used to inform public policy decisions, leading to more effective and efficient policies. Next, disadvantages of research. It's time consuming. Conducting research can be time consuming, requiring significant resources and staffing. It's expensive. Research can be expensive, requiring funding for equipment, materials, and staffing. Then ethical concerns. Research can raise ethical concerns such as the protection of human subjects and the use of animal testing. Limited scope. Research may have a limited scope, focusing only on certain aspects of a problem and neglecting other important factors. Next, biases. Research may be subject to biases, leading to inaccurate conclusions and recommendations. Examples of research include scientific research. Scientific research involves the study of natural phenomena and the testing of hypotheses through experimentation and observation. Next, market research. Market research involves the collection and analysis of data related to consumer behavior and market trends. Next, educational research. Educational research involves the study of teaching and learning and the development of effective instructional practices. Next, medical research. Medical research involves the study of diseases and medical research. Medical research involves the study of diseases and medical treatments and the development of new therapies and medications. Business research. Business research involves the study of organizational behavior, market trends, and other factors that affect business operations. Research is an integral part of our day-to-day lives. For example, individuals may conduct research when making purchasing decisions, such as researching product reviews before making a purchase. They may also conduct research when making important life decisions, such as researching job opportunities or educational programs. By using research in their daily lives, they can improve their life. So, research is a systematic investigation carried out to discover or confirm knowledge, solve problems, or develop new theories, products, or processes. It is a process of inquiry that is conducted to increase the understanding of a particular subject or phenomenon. Research is a fundamental activity in every discipline as it provides a scientific approach to problem solving and helps in advancing knowledge. Then, characteristics of research. Systematic approach. Research is carried out in a systematic and organized manner to obtain reliable and valid results. Next, empirical. Research is based on observations and experiments that can be measured and analyzed. Next, it should be logical. Research is conducted using logical reasoning and analysis to arrive at a conclusion. Objective. Research is conducted without any bias and the results are not influenced by personal opinions or feelings. Then it's replicable. The research process can be replicated by others to obtain similar results. Types of research. Basic research. It is a type of research that is conducted to gain knowledge and understanding of a particular subject or phenomenon. It is also known as pure research. Then applied research. It is a type of research that is conducted to solve practical problems or develop new products or processes. It is also known as practical research. Next, exploratory research. It is a type of research that is conducted to explore a problem or situation in depth to gain insights and understanding. Next, descriptive research. It is a type of research that is conducted to describe the characteristics of a particular object, subject or phenomenon. Experimental research. It is a type of research that is conducted to establish cause and effect relationships between variables. Next, advantages of research. Advances knowledge and understanding. Research helps in advancing knowledge and understanding in various disciplines. It also helps to solve problems. Research helps in solving practical problems and developing new products and processes. Provide evidence-based information. Research provides evidence-based information that can be used to make informed decisions. Helps in decision making. Research helps in making informed decisions based on scientific evidence. Encourages critical thinking. Research encourages critical thinking and analysis of information. Now let's learn what are the disadvantages of research. It's time consuming, costly, it's of limited scope, and ethical issues are associated with that. Then research is important in various aspects of life including health, education, business, policy making, social issues, etc. Research is a critical aspect of day-to-day life, whether we realize it or not. From finding the best treatment for a medical condition to developing new technologies and products, research plays a vital role in shaping our lives. Research helps in solving practical problems and developing new knowledge, making it an essential tool in advancing human progress. Steps of research. Research is a systematic process of inquiry that involves a series of steps to gather, analyze and interpret data. The research process typically consists of the following steps. Identify the research problem. Identify the research problem. The first step in the research process is to identify a problem or research question. The research problem should be well defined and specific, and it should have relevance to the field of study. For example, the research problem should be: what is the impact of social media on mental health? Review the literature. Once the research problem has been identified, the next step is to review the existing literature on the topic. This involves conducting a thorough review of relevant research studies, articles, and other sources of information. The purpose of this step is to gain a better understanding of the research problem and to identify any gaps or limitations in the existing literature. Then formulate a hypothesis. Based on the literature review, the researcher can formulate a hypothesis or a tentative explanation for the research problem. A hypothesis is a statement that predicts the relationship between variables. For example, the hypothesis for the research problem mentioned above could be increased social media use is associated with higher levels of depression and anxiety. Design the research methodology. The next step is to design the research methodology, which includes selecting the appropriate research design, research instruments, and sampling method. The research design should be aligned with the research problem and hypothesis, and the research instruments should be reliable and valid. The sampling method should be representative of the population of interest. Then collect data. Once the research methodology has been designed, the next step is to collect data. This can be done through various methods including surveys, interviews, observations, or experiments. The data collected should be relevant to the research problem and hypothesis. Analyze the data. After the data has been collected, the next step is to analyze it. This involves using statistical techniques to identify patterns and relationship between variables. The results of the data analysis should be presented in a clear and concise manner Interpret the results. The final step in the research process is to interpret the results. This involves drawing conclusions based on the data analysis and evaluating the hypothesis. The results should be interpreted in the context of the research problem and the existing literature. Suppose the researcher is interested in relationship between exercise and stress levels. The researcher formulates the research problem as what is the impact of exercise on stress levels. The researcher then reviews the existing literature on the topic to gain a better understanding of the research problem. Based on the literature review, the researcher formulates a hypothesis like regular exercise is associated with lower levels of stress. The researcher designs the research methodology by selecting a sample of participants who are representative of a population of interest and collects data through a survey that measures exercise habit and stress levels. The researcher then analyzes the data using statistical techniques and finds that there is a significant negative correlation between exercise and stress levels. The researcher interprets the results as supporting the hypothesis and concludes that regular exercise is associated with low levels of stress. In conclusion, the research process involves a series of steps that are designed to gather, analyze, and interpret data in a systematic and objective manner. Each step is important and builds on the previous step to ensure that the research is rigorous and reliable. By following the steps of the research process, researchers can generate new knowledge and advance their fields of study. Next, there are many methods of research referred to the various techniques or procedures used by researchers to conduct their studies or investigations. These methods allow researchers to gather and analyze data to answer research questions or test hypotheses. Like experimental method. The experimental method involves manipulating one or more variables to observe their effects on another variable. It is often used in scientific research to test cause and effect relationships. This method involves the use of control groups, random assignment, and careful measurement of variables. An example of the experimental method is a drug trial where one group of participants is given a drug while another group is given a placebo. And its advantages: provide strong evidence for causality, allows for precise control over variables. It has some disadvantages like may not reflect real world conditions and may be expensive and time consuming. Next is the survey method. The survey method involves collecting data from a large group of people through questionnaires or interviews. This method is often used in social science research to study attitudes, opinions, and behaviors. Surveys can be conducted through face-to-face interviews, phone interviews, online surveys, or mail surveys. One example of the survey method is the Gallup poll, which is used to measure public opinion on a wide range of issues. Advantages: allows for the collection of a large amount of data, can provide insight into people's attitudes and beliefs, then may not accurately reflect people's actual behavior, can suffer from response bias or social desirability bias. Next is the case study method. A case study method involves in-depth analysis of a particular individual, group, or situation. It is often used in psychology, sociology, and business research to gain insight into complex phenomena. Case studies may involve observation, interviews, or examination of records. An example of the case study method is a study of Finis Cage, a railroad worker who survived a severe brain injury and experienced a drastic change in personality. And its advantages involve allows for detailed examination of a complex phenomenon, can provide rich in-depth data. Disadvantages include may not be generalizable to other situations, can be time consuming and expensive. Next is the correlational method. The correlational methods involve examining the relationship between two or more variables. It is often used in psychology and social science research to identify patterns and associations between variables. Correlational studies do not establish causality but can suggest possible relationships between variables. An example of the correlational method is to study that examines and the relationship between smoking and lung cancer. It allows for the identification of patterns and associations between variables, can be used to generate hypotheses for further research. Its disadvantages include does not establish causality, can be affected by extraneous variables or confounding variables. Next, observational method. The observational method involves observing and recording behavior in a naturalistic test setting. It is often used in psychology, anthropology, and sociology research to study human behavior. Observational studies may involve structured or unstructured observation, and researchers may use equipment such as video cameras or audio recorders to record behavior. One example of this observational method is Jane Goodall's study of chimpanzees and their natural habitat. Advantages include allows for the study of behavior in natural settings, can provide rich detailed data. Disadvantages include can be time consuming and expensive, can be affected by observer bias or reactivity. Its importance: research methods in day-to-day life. Research methods are important in day-to-day life because they allow us to gather information and make informed decisions. For example, surveys are often used in marketing research to understand consumer behavior. Then research ethics. Next topic is research ethics. Research ethics refers to the moral principles and values that guide researchers in their conduct of research. It involves a set of rules and regulations that ensure that the research process is conducted in an ethical and responsible manner. Research ethics covers a wide range of issues, including the protection of human subjects, confidentiality, informed consent, data management, and publication ethics. The following are some of the major points regarding research ethics. Protection of human subjects. This is one of the most important aspects of research ethics. Researchers must ensure that the rights and welfare of human subjects are protected throughout the research process. This includes obtaining information, informed consent from participants, ensuring confidentiality, minimizing harm and discomfort, and ensuring that the research is conducted in an ethical and responsible manner. For example, if researcher is conducting a study on the effects of a new drug on a particular medical condition, the researcher must ensure that the participants are fully informed about the nature and purpose of the study, the potential risks and benefits, and their right to withdraw from the study at any time. Next, confidentiality. Researchers must maintain the confidentiality of the information they collect from participants. This means that the data collected should be kept anonymous and confidential and should only be used for research purposes. For example, if a researcher is conducting a study on the prevalence of mental health disorders among teenagers, the researcher must ensure that the data collected from the participants is kept confidential and is not shared with anyone outside the research team. Next, informed consent. This is an essential aspect of research ethics. Researchers must obtain informed consent from participants before they are enrolled in the study. Informed consent means that the participants fully understand the nature and purpose of the study, the potential risks and benefits, and their right to withdraw from the study at any time. For example, if a researcher is conducting a study on the effects of a new educational program on the student achievement, the researcher must obtain informed consent from the students and their parents or guardians before enrolling them in this study. Next, data management. Researchers must ensure that the data they collect is managed in an ethical and responsible manner. This includes protecting the data from loss, theft, or damage, and ensuring that it is stored securely. For example, if a researcher is collecting data on the dietary habits of participants, the researcher must ensure that the data is stored securely and is not accessible to unauthorized persons. Next, publication ethics. Researchers must ensure that the results of their research are published in a responsible and ethical manner. This means that the results should be reported accurately and honestly, and that the researcher should acknowledge any funding sources or conflicts of interest that may have influenced the research. For example, if a researcher is publishing the results of a study on the effects of a new medical treatment, the researcher must ensure that the results are reported accurately and honestly, and that any conflicts of interests are acknowledged in the publication. Research ethics is important in day-to-day life because it ensures that research is conducted in an ethical and responsible manner. It protects the rights and welfare of human objects, ensures the confidentiality of research data, and promotes the accurate and honest reporting of research result. And This is particularly important in fields such as medicine, psychology, and education, where research can have a direct impact on people's lives. In conclusion, research ethics is a crucial aspect of the research process. It involves a set of rules and regulations that ensure that research is conducted in an ethical and a responsible manner. Researchers must ensure the protection of human subjects, maintain confidentiality, obtain informed consent, manage data responsibility, and report results accurately and honestly. By adhering to these ethical principles, researchers can ensure that their research is conducted in a manner that is respectful, responsible for, and beneficial to society. Next, some other topics. Research ethics refer to the moral principles and values that guide researchers in conducting their studies, interacting with research participants, and reporting their findings. Ethics in research is a critical component that ensures the protection of participants' rights, promotes transparency and honesty, and upholds the integrity of the research process. Papers. When submitting research papers, researchers need to follow ethical guidelines to ensure that the paper meets the highest standards of scientific integrity. Ethical considerations include ensuring that the research is conducted with integrity, with that participants' confidentiality and privacy are protected, and that the research is conducted in a way that respects the dignity of participants. Ensuring that the research is conducted with integrity, that with participants' confidentiality and privacy are protected, and that the research is conducted in a way that respects the dignity of participants. Researchers must also ensure that they acknowledge any potential conflicts of interest and adhere to publication guidelines that govern authorship and citation. Next, articles. Ethical considerations are also important in publishing research articles. Researchers need to ensure that they obtain information consent from participants, avoid any harm to participants, and maintain confidentiality and privacy. Additionally, researchers must disclose any funding sources, potential conflicts of interest, and any research misconduct. Publishing in reputable journals that adhere to ethical guidelines can increase the credibility of the research. Then workshops. Workshops provide a platform for researchers to discuss research topics, methodologies, and findings. Ethical considerations during workshops include ensuring that participants' views and contributions are respected, that no harm is caused to participants, and as participants' confidentiality and privacy are protected. Workshop facilitators must also ensure that they provide accurate information, avoid biases, and promote diversity and inclusivity. Seminars are similar to workshops, but they are typically more formal and structured. Ethical considerations for seminars include ensuring that participants' views are respected, that no harm is caused to participants, and that confidentiality and privacy are maintained. Seminar presentations must also avoid bias, promote diversity, and provide accurate information. Then conferences. Conferences provide a platform for researchers to present their research findings to a wider audience. Ethical considerations for conference include ensuring that presenters adhere to ethical guidelines in presenting their findings, that the conference provides a safe and inclusive environment for all participants, and that presenters respect participants' views and contributions. Conference organizer must also ensure that they provide opportunities for diverse and inclusive participation, and that they adhere to ethical guidelines for the dissemination of research findings. Next, symposiums. Symposiums are typical academic meetings that bring together researchers to discuss a particular topic or theme. Ethical considerations for symposiums include ensuring that presenters and participants adhere to ethical guidelines for conducting research, that participants' views and contributions are respected, and that the symposium provides a safe and inclusive environment for all participants. Symposium organizers must also ensure that they provide opportunities for diverse and inclusive participation, and that they adhere to ethical guidelines for the dissemination of research findings. Advantages of research ethics: protects the dignity, rights, and welfare of research participants. Ethical guidelines ensure that research is conducted with the highest standards of scientific inquiry, and that participants' rights and welfare are protected. Increase research credibility. Ethical research practices increase the credibility of research findings and promote trust in a research process. Promotes transparency and accountability. Ethical guidelines ensure that researchers are transparent about their research methods, finding sources and potential conflicts of interest. Promote diversity and inclusivity. Ethical guidelines promote diversity and inclusivity by ensuring that research is conducted in a way that respects the dignity and results of all participants. The next disadvantages of research ethics. Time consuming and costly. As adhering to ethical guidelines can be time consuming and costly, as researchers may need to obtain informed consent, train research staff, paper, articles, workshop, seminar, all this that we will be learning after some time. Thank you for listening.